Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whether you're all watching this one. This is my EFL Year 2 season through. Reacting to my season predictions. But before we start, obviously if you don't know what's happened in terms of Liverpool incident after the Liverpool parade yesterday, for some prayers go out to the family, friends who have been affected by that incident. Such dummy behaviour, unfortunately. Like it was a day to remember for Liverpool fans, and now it's been kind of ruined by that incident afterwards, as well. Yes, Hove, the person driving the car, that's the key thrown away, and that's what he deserves, in my opinion. That's what I will say on that. Hopefully there's no deaths. I know there has been seriously injured people. Even children have been injured, which is so sickening, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a bit of a damn shame because I am a Liverpool fan as well. So it saddens me as well to see that being ruined as well because of that. When it was a day to remember, obviously it would still be memorable because before that, how wild it was, but unfortunately the incident has put wheel down on it. But yeah, thoughts and prayers with the family, with any family and friends affected by that as well. So I just thought I'll start off with that. But now on to the Year 2 season review. Obviously, let's start off then. Obviously, you can see my season predictions out on my screen now. Let's start off with Doncaster. Doncaster got that spot on. I'd put them to be champions, and they were champions in the end. I just thought, start of the season, when I had it up at their squad, I was like, that squad's ridiculous, man. And I felt that squad should be winning the year, in my opinion. Grant McCann, with his experience, well-proven experience in Year 2 as well. Obviously, the season before, it was more of a stabilised season, wasn't it? And they were nowhere near. But then this season, they were been superb. You've Monu, by the way, best player in the league by a 20 mile. Got Jordan Dibson, who was balling out for them as well, who after leaving Carlisle as well. So many good players, Sterry at right back, so many good players at Doncaster. Tom Anderson is leaving Doncaster, that could be a pro just for that leadership, but I think they will replace him well. And yeah, deservedly champions for me, Doncaster. Really exciting team to watch this season, and deservedly won the league, in my opinion. In second place, Port Vale, automatic promotion. Again, start of the season, I said, with the amount of players they signed, in terms of the quality of the players they signed at the start of the summer, I said to myself, these shots should be going off, in my opinion, automatically, in my opinion. I still think Darren Moore is very fortunate, in my opinion, with the jobs he's had. I don't particularly rate him, if I'm being honest with you. I do think Port Vale can do better. Let's see how he does in League One next season when the pressure's on. When the aim is to probably stay up, can he deal with that pressure? I'm not quite sure. So I do think Darren Moore's been quite fortunate, but Port Vale, again, brilliant squad. Not a brilliant squad, Port Vale, and again, deservedly got automatic promotion, despite we did beat them as well. Deservedly got promotion. Tahars was a big signing for them. The goals he scored as well. Clydesdale midfield, unbelievable midfielder, let's be real, and Stocky up front as well. Just got quality all over, but I don't have to just got quality all over, and that's probably why they did go up this season. So yeah, got that spot on. In third place, I went for Gillingham. They ended up finishing 17th. underachieving season for me for Gillingham. But then I was disappointed. I think they've been one of the most disappointing teams this season because with the signings they made in the summer, when you look at that squad on paper, you'd be thinking to yourself, that should be at least top 7, didn't you? They did have Mark Bonner in charge to start the season. I just put it down to that, to be fair. I did put it down to having Mark Bonner in charge, knows how to get out of the lead, having nothing of their squad on paper. When they beat us 4-1 start of the season, obviously we were bad. Yes, we were under Paul Simpson, we were bad. But when I saw them, I was like, even though it was only the first game of the season, I was thinking to myself, they had Johnny Williams and all of them. I just thought, this Gillingham team, they'll be up there this season. But just wasn't to be for them. Just wasn't to be for them this season. Massive underachieving season. Obviously, then they appointed John Coleman just to try and stabilise Gillingham. And then, obviously, they got rid of him and got Darv Ainsworth in for next season. I do expect Gillingham to be up there next season under Darv Ainsworth, in my opinion. So, let's see what signs he gets in the summer. In 4th place, I went for MK Dons. They ended up in 19th. Obviously, started off with Mike Williamson, didn't they? Did start the season with Mike Williamson. Obviously, Mike Williamson didn't work for Woods at Carlisle. Didn't work for Woods. But when he's at MK Dons, I felt MK Dons fans were quite harsh on him because I felt his system actually suited MK Dons, which is why he got them in the playoffs in the first place, in my personal opinion. Obviously, he didn't start the season off well. Then he ended up getting sacked by MK Dons. Well, I say get sacked by MK Dons. So obviously, he left MK Dons to come over and take over Woods. But I think he was going to get sacked regardless. Let's be real. But yeah, Mike Williamson, he's more of a national league manager for me. Was never good enough for MK Dons, especially last season. That absolute car crash in the playoffs where they lost 8-1 to Quarry as well. Shouldn't be using 8-1 to Quarry, in my opinion, when you're the favourites to win the playoffs in the first place. I think that was the blueprint for me. That's where it all started, where MK Dons fans were like, nah, we've had enough of him already. And I can't blame them. They don't have Paul Warren in charge of MK Dons next season. Again, you'd expect MK Dons to be way up there under Paul Warren as well. Paul Warren, good manager. But I just don't feel with MK Dons. They could be another Bradford. What Bradford were for these last few years, where they might actually be terse every season, where you do expect them to get out of the lead, and I feel they may stay in League Two for quite a few years, in my opinion. MK Dons. A bit like once what Bradford were before they got automatic promotion, finally got out the league. I don't know why, I just got that feeling about MK Dons. I suppose Paul Warren is a good manager. It's just they're going to be favourites every season. Can they cope with that? Obviously, the size of MK Dons, they shouldn't be in League Two. Especially with the stadium they've got as well. So, yeah, it should be one of the favourites next season, but this season, the season's for that. Let's be real. In 5th place, AFC Wimbledon. Obviously, I thought that year position spot on for AFC Wimbledon. That's all I said for them. I did say they would waste the playoffs. I didn't think they would win it, but they did go on to win it in the final against Walsall, which we will get onto Walsall in a minute. Well, yeah, so one in the stream, and well, yeah, on this video. But yeah, Johnny Jackson, manager of the season, and I'm so glad I put him as manager of the season because I did do it before the playoff final. Unbelievable job he's done at AFC London to take them from mid-table to playoff winners back into League One as well. Very good team, closest team of knows how to set his team off very well as well for the whole season. Johnny Jackson, Hippolyte, what a ball he is. Stormed the window in the PL final as well. Dampier anywhere on that left hand side. Quality player. Stevens up front. And they've had a good team with them for the whole season. They've had a good team this season. And good to see them go up to League One. To be honest with you. And let's see how they do in League One next season. I do feel that though, I think they may be one of the furthest or straight back down in League One. But we'll wait and see. Because Johnny Jackson's not that experience as a League One manager, so that would be key. In 6th place, I went for Notts County, and I did go for them to be playoff runners up, but they lost in the semi-finals, so I got the lead possession spot on. Stuart Maynard was the biggest problem for me on why Notts County didn't go up. Without him, if they would have had a better manager, Notts County would be automatic promotion, in my opinion. I think it's absolutely ridiculous how they have not done up with the squad they've got. David McGoldrick, Geordie Jones, Chatter up front as well. Poirier. It's just ridiculous how they've not done up Notts County this season. I actually think it's a failure of the season for Notts County. They were probably one of the favourites to start the season, in my opinion, with the squad they've had as well. But I think the manager let them down for me. The manager, that's why I didn't put Notts County's door up, because of the manager. If they had a more proven manager, I think Notts County would have went back up. So I think he's been sacked now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think he may have been sacked now. Stuart Maynard. Well, he's about to use his job anyways. They should get a proven manager, Notts County. If they can get a better proven manager in, definitely one of the favourites to go up next season, in my opinion. In 7th place, I went for Chesterfield, got the new position spot on, but I did put them to win the playoffs, start the season. Hit and miss season, wasn't it, for Chesterfield? They've been hit and miss for the whole season, where they've had good games and they had bad games. I just felt they were a bit inconsistent for me in the end to go up to League One. But then they'll be one of the favourites next season to go up. Maybe a Stockport. It's maybe like a Stockport pattern for them, where they continue to strengthen their squad in the summer, and they'll be one of the favourites. They've got the white manager in Paul Cook. And I do expect Chesterfield to be in them automatic promotion places for next season. I really do. Especially, then they got a ridiculous squad as well, but they were just too inconsistent for the whole season, which did cost them this season for me. So in 8th place, I went for Salford. Not even shocked by that. Spot on Salford for me. And then hit and miss. They have good games. Actually, they turn up against the teams in and around them, battling for promotion, but they don't turn up against the bottom teams. The defeats to Carlisle, the draw to Carlisle on the final day cost them a playoff place. Who else did they use to? They lost to Accrington Stanley as well. Yeah, Salford should have really been comfortably in the playoffs, let's be real, or even potentially better with the points they did drop this season. But for me, it's just the same old Salford for me. Obviously, they've done that new investment now in the summer from David Beckham's Dan from David Beckham's Dan, and which is a typical of national minimum wage Neville once then trying to get other people to invest in the club apart from himself. I think that's the problem with Salford. Darren Neville doesn't know how to run a football club. He really doesn't. He thinks he's the president of Manchester as well, doesn't he, Darren Neville? And that's been the problem with Salford. The way Salford have been won, that's why they've not been. They should have been what Wrexham should have been, where people don't knock the Leeds. And they've struggled there out in Year 2 since they've been promoted to Year 2, Salford. And Yes, I think there will be a season where Salford do eventually get out of League Two. There will be a season where that will happen. Because they have the budget, the squad on paper as well. They should be doing better with their squad on paper as well. So there is going to be a season where they will get out of League Two eventually. They've got the right manager. I think Carl Watson's the right man for Salford with his experience as well, proven experience in League Two. But yes, see, it's just the way they've been run. Yeah, I think it's the recruitment side as well. That's been a bit of a letdown for Salford as well. So they keep overturning them players in summer as well. So, and that's what's going to happen when you don't go up. It's a hard one with Salford for next season, isn't it? It's a hard one with them because they will be one of the favourites to go up. Because the bookmakers always put them as one of the favourites to go up. And but let's see what happens in summer. But they should be up there at least in the top 7 for next season. In ninth place, I got this spot on. I went for Twinsbury in ninth place. Ahead of schedule for me. Ahead of schedule, Twinsbury. I know they'll be gutted that they didn't reach the playoffs, but even if they did reach the playoffs, it would have been a massive overachievement, in my opinion. David Artell's done a brilliant job at Twinsbury. And I think they'll kick on now for next season. They'll be tighter than them playoff places for next season, Twinsbury. David Artell has always been one of the best courses in the EFL for me, David Artell as well. I wouldn't be shocked if Notts County go after him, to be honest with you. So I think there'll be a few Year 2 clubs looking for managers, and David Artell will probably be on their lists as well. I think they have slightly overachieved Twinsbury. Twinsbury fans didn't expect this at all. I think they expected mid-table at best. That was their expectations, but I do think next season they should target the playoff places. That should be the aim for next season for Twinsbury, who are ahead of schedule over David Artell. In 10th place, I went for Bradford. I was Holby won on that one. Congratulations to them. They ended up getting automatic promotion. Finally, for the size of their football club, they're finally out in League Two. So I am happy for them. I am, well, happy for most of the Bradford fans. I wouldn't say I'm happy for some of them, but yeah, we'll leave that there. And but yeah, I am happy for most of them. Yeah, Daz Master experience, then congratulations to him. Bantam Neil as well, who always comments on my videos as well, so congratulations to him as well. Bradford, I didn't expect them to be up there this season. I just thought with the way they were being run at the top of the football club, which was the biggest problem at the club, in my opinion. They've always had the players, they've always had the signings, the players, they've always had the manager. For me, it's just the way they've been run at the top of the football club, and finally, that's not had an effect on the pitch this season. They have made a few changes in terms of that as well, and in terms of the mentality sort of thing, in terms of mentality as well, which was key. And obviously, I don't think Bradford would have got promoted if Walsall didn't bottle it. Yes, we will. We do need to put that into context as well, but it's not Bradford's fault, is it, that Walsall have bottled it this season? Bradford's second half of the season was key for me on them getting promoted. Probably the best team in the second half of the season, in my opinion. Isn't it a huge coincidence since Andy Cook got injured? Everyone thought, oh yeah, that's Bradford not doing up now. Bobby Poynton, Cam Taverner have stepped up for Bradford as well. If anything, I think Bradford played more better with Andy Cook, without Andy Cook, in my opinion. I actually, because I remember when they played us, was it in September when they beat us 2-1 when we didn't have a manager? When they had Andy Cook up front, yeah, Andy Cook obviously scored. I think he scored 2 in the game. Obviously, he's a goal scorer, fantastic goal scorer, Andy Cook. But I actually felt Bradford were more better without Andy Cook in the second game we played against him at Punton Park. I was thinking to myself, I tell you what, these are fucking dud without Andy Cook. They look way dud with Poynton and Taverner stepping up. Smallwood being an absolute beast in midfield as well. Shepherd being a quiet player at the back as well. And fair play to them. Congratulations to them. Well deserved promotion. Sartovic, what a fucking player, man. What a player. I can't believe I didn't put in my team this season, though, to be honest with you. But it was hard picking the team this season, to be honest with you. But Sartovic was absolute baller as well. And congratulations to Bradford. I think Bradford will make a good fight of it in League One next season. I don't expect them to be like top half or anything like that. I think it'll be more staying up, really. It's like a stabilised season for Bradford for me. And yeah, congratulations to them and Craig Alexander. Craig Alexander, quality manager, harshly treated at Salford. Couldn't believe the way he was treated at Salford for me as well. So, quality manager and congratulations to Bradford. Cheltenham, they ended up finishing 15th. I put them to finish 11th. Pretty much what I expected, really. A mid-table finish. I didn't expect them to be one of the first to go up, just to go straight back up after where this. And I thought this is a mid-table team for me under Michael Flynn. Hit and miss. Next season just should be better next season, but I still think it'll be a mid-table team for next season as well. So, a bit of a mid-table team for me. And up next, on to my team, Carlo, who I put to finish in 12th, and they ended up getting where they stood horse. I don't spend too on the start of the season, absolute start of the season, the way we've been won. Sacked Paul Simpson deadline day, sacked Mike Williamson deadline day, and I mean, what was even the point? What was even the point of even dipping both of them in the transfer window? That just sums it up where when you sack both of them on deadline day after dipping in the transfer windows as well, and dipping them their own players as well. Isn't it funny when I said in the opening day of the season when we lost 4-1 away at Cheltenham, where I wanted Paul Simpson done? Isn't it funny that I said on the title of that video, our season's already over because we kept Paul Simpson? Oh, guess what? We're standing here now. We're sitting here now, and we've just witnessed a shambles of back-to-back relegations, and our fans are capping it off. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Mark Hughes was appointed far too late for me. If we would have appointed him earlier, if we would have given Mark Hughes the January transfer window, we would have stayed up. Period. Honestly, it would have happened. But for me, obviously win the National League next season, and I actually think we've got the strikers. I think we've got the strikers to start through those in National League. Luke Armstrong, Charlie White, George Kelly, Matt Dennett, if he decides to stay on. So that them for the strikers, then we're sorted in terms of up front. We just need work elsewhere, to be honest with you. We got rid of Craig Abbott at non-nats. Now we should have improvement in terms of recruitment. We got Matt Turney from Altrincham. He's done some good work at Altrincham, but my only concern is some Altrincham fans are not actually that concerned about him doing. But Mark Hughes is staying, so Mark Hughes must be happy with the Matt Turney appointment. So Mark Hughes, for me, he's good for the short term, but I don't think he's the right answer for the long term, personally. Even though he's probably got a couple of years left in him, let's be real, in Mark Hughes. But I feel the thing with Mark Hughes is, though, he is adaptable. He is adaptable compared to Paul Simpson. He can change up formations as well. He's been playing, most recently, he's playing with the 4-4-2 diamond, which we may play next season, depends on who we get in as well. So he is adaptable, Mark Hughes. Mike Williamson, I think that was the appointment that was dated for me, appointing him. Appointing that fraud. But He's from the north. It's from the northern area. That is so stupid. Imagine appointing someone because he's from the northern area. That was down to the Sports Trust, by the way. Our Sports Trust, but he's saying, oh yeah, but he's from the northern area. Yes, appoint him. He will know the area. What are we doing here? He's a fraud. He was a fraud of a manager. And what's so funny, we don't be playing against him next season because he will be reappointed their said manager. That's going to be hilarious, isn't it? And what better, it will probably be head of football, at they said as well. It's going to be hilarious, that. So we will probably come up against him then. And, but yeah, we deserved that where they said deserved it, to be honest with you. Turned off far too late, to be honest with you. And yeah, the fans are to blame for this as well. For accepting these standards, for keeping Paul Simpson for far too long. When I said Paul Simpson should have been sacked when we were in League One. Before the League One January transfer window, in the 23-24 season, I said sack Paul Simpson before the January transfer window, and we will stay up in League One. But no, we kept him. Didn't the January transfer window. That was already done. Yes, we will. Once we did in the January transfer window, because he signed players for League Two. in the acceptance that we were already down, when he was saying every season, when he said in every game League One, yeah, but this team's a good team. You can't just keep saying that. We should have stayed up in League One. It's an absolute joke, man. We should have stayed up in League One. Because the teams that beat us for survival in League One have ended up going down. Shrewsbury, Cambridge. Just to name two of them. Absolute joke, man. Then we appoint Mike Williamson. Fucking the 5-1 defeat at home to Swindon. Were you? And our chief executive wants to say in the Tranmere fans forum, we want to keep him. He's too shy. Fuck off. Honestly. He's too shy. And the same chief executive who says the maths is the maths, a new manager wouldn't change anything. Oh, that's funny, because how comes Mark Hughes stopped better results than Mike Williamson? How comes Ian Holloway, when he came into Swindon, almost got Swindon to the fucking playoffs after being in the bottom two? Obviously, ended up finishing mid-table. Oh, absolute shock, man. Being won by a bunch of clowns, honestly. The owners of the club, they've invested in the club. You'd all give them credit for that. But they are absolutely curious in football. Yes, we will. Especially when some of them do on other channels, other YouTube channels. People be like, oh, you're jealous. Well, no, they shouldn't be done on YouTube channels, in my opinion. What football owner doesn't have another YouTube channel? Honestly, they should be keeping quiet. In my opinion. And they shouldn't be done on YouTube channels for me. Which is, I think, it's a big red flag for me. Which proves the point that they are curious. Because any other ownership would never do on their respective clubs' content creators' YouTube channel. In my opinion. Obviously, when you get some of them done there, oh, who's your favourite player? Ronaldo or David Beckham? Yeah, of course it is. Only because for the guts. Let's be real, you don't actually judge on their football ability. And shambles, absolute shambles. The way the seasons went, back-to-back relegations, absolute shambles, man. Cartwats. Absolute cartwats. And we are setting these standards, saying, oh, but. You have to do a away trip. We got to look forward to the National League. We're not too short, honestly. We're not too sure. And yeah, the expectation next season should be to go straight back up. Same as this season in Year 2, should be to go straight back up. And by the way, I won't be separating. I won't be separating getting promoted back to Year 2 if we do get promoted. No, honestly. Honestly, even if we do get promoted to Year 2 from the National League, I won't be celebrating. I'll just say, yeah, well done. Because my standards are in League 1. The size of our football club is a League 1 club. We got a transfer budget, which is League 1 level, the transfer budget. Size of the club, size of city, etc., etc. We are League 1 level club. We shouldn't be in the fucking National League. And when you're in the National League, that shows something has done wrong this season. Not just with the way the club has been won, but also the fan standards, the fans accepting it as well. So, yeah, absolute disaster this season, and yeah, I just want to move on now. Just want to move on from Carlo. 13 players went for Crew, got that spot on. I did expect a bit of a drop off after they did reach the PL final against Crawley. Not this year, last year. I did expect a bit of a drop off. They did drop a lot of points this season, Crew. Even though they do tend to pick up point out Soulstone on the EFL. They just had too many draws. I think that was the problem with Crew, in my opinion. So Crew in 13th, and I think it'll be the same next season as well. Probably mid-table club for Crew, mid-table finish. In 14th place, I went for Fleetwood. Again, it was more of a stabilised season than used to be back in League 2 for Fleetwood. I think they're probably one of the teams to watch next season under Pete Wild. I do rate Pete Wild as a coach. We should have got him. We pretty should have got him. But no, our Carlo fans excuse was, he's from Barrow, and he's a crybaby in interviews and all that. No, yeah, so what? But he's a proper fucking course. I'll give him that. He's a proper course. So more of a stabilised season for Fleetwood. And I think Fleetwood, they'll be one of the teams to watch next season, and we do. To the easy chance were automatic. And I know that's a bit done over the top, but to the easy do that under Pete Wild. But more of a playoff chasing team for me next season, Fleetwood, in my opinion. Up next, here we go, the biggest bottle job of the season, Walsall, who finished 4th and playoff runners up. To start the season, I didn't expect them to be there. I thought it would be like 15th, something like that. Now I'm more the bottom half, mid-table sort of team. So start of the season, it's actually an overachievement in terms of my start of the season predictions from Walsall. But expectations changed. There were 14 points here in Year 2. You can't just put it down to Nathan Law. That's just ridiculous, putting it down to one player. Because at the end of the day, the whole team in the first place got to 14 points here, not just Nathan Law. In my opinion. So the whole team actually deserve credit for getting to 14 points here. But now the whole team should be to blame for crumbling a 14-point lead and using the League 2 playoff final. Couldn't talk with the presser. That's what happens. They just couldn't talk with the presser. The presser got to Walsall and they crumbled and they bottled it. Well, I think once they went 14 points here, I think Walsall fans were like, hang on a minute. We could actually this could be our season now. And I think it just got to them, didn't it? And they bottled it, in my opinion. And I think that's going to have a huge impact on them next season as well. I don't think they'll be anywhere near chancing for automatic promotion and playoffs. That was their best chance to get promoted to League One. Albeit, they probably would have went straight back down from League One. They'll be one of the favourites to straight back down from League One, in my personal opinion. They're going to use players now, also. Taylor Allen's on the door, in my opinion. What a player he was for Walsall this season, compared to left back, compared to left centre back as well. But he gets involved in goals as well, Taylor Allen, which is sometimes ridiculous, isn't it? It reminds me of a guy Vardio for Man City in the Premier League. He is that sort of type of player, isn't he? Where he just finds himself in strange positions, like in terms of the attacking defensive area, but involved in the goals. And but yeah, I think they'll use a few players also now after bottling promotion this season. I think Matt Sadler will probably end up getting sacked, in my opinion, if they don't start well next season, which I don't think they will. I think that doesn't have a huge impact on them next season. They'll do well also to come back from that after crumbling, bottling a 14-point lead. The way they lost it on the final day of the season as well. Well, they didn't lose it. They actually won the game. But Bradford obviously stormed that winner in at the time. Another mentality pro to them. Did well in the playoff semi-finals against Chesterfield, to be fair. Didn't affect them at all. But then playoff final, when the pressure hits in, they bottled it. All the pressure was on Walsall in that final against Wimbledon. Wimbledon had no pressure. And yeah, I think it's been a massive failure now. Massive failure of the season for Walsall. And I think that was their best chance to get out in Year 2 for me, because I think they're going to be in Year 2 for a few more years now after that. But we'll wait and see. In 16th place, went for Colchester. They ended up finishing in 10th place. Good season. I think that's a very good season for Colchester, especially with where I put them start the season. I didn't think they would be anywhere decent trouble, because for me they always are mid-table or bottom half table team. Colchester. I think the ownership is stopping Colchester from kicking on, because Colchester, size of the club, is a League One level club for me. Colchester. I remember doing League One as well. And Danny Towery, the Towery brothers, the right appointment as well. Getting Colchester up to 10th place. I think that's the reason why they are in 10th place, along with Payne in midfield as well. I think he's an absolute quality player as well. So they've always had a decent squad. They had a decent squad done this season, Colchester. I just think they need more investment in the squad. If they get more investment, whether it's with a new ownership, then I think Colchester can really kick on to being like a top half table team or even better. So Colchester, I put them 16th, then Duffins in 10th. In 17th place, I went for Tranmere. I wasn't that far off with Tranmere. Then Duffins in 20th. They were in the bottom two under Nigel Atkins. And who knew? They got a new manager. They appointed a new manager at the right time in Andy Crosby, and they ended up staying up. But yeah, a bit of a shock to see Tranmere even in the red decent battles in the first place with the squad they've got. Cameron Norman at right back, Christian Dennis and Amari Patrick, who I know well as a Carlisle fan as well. Ballers, man. Amari Patrick, absolute baller. Christian Dennis, quality striker. By the way, Tom Dye, who's left Carlisle on a free transfer, he'd be going to Tranmere to reunite with them. You just know what's happening there, innit? You just know what's happening. Which will be a quality sign for Tranmere as well. And it'll be interesting with Tranmere next season with Andy Crosby to see if that was just not like a new manager impact. Will Andy Crosby kick on now? See what players he can get in the summer to try and push Tranmere up the table for next season as well. Again, I think their ownership has gone stale for me at Tranmere. I think they need new owners as well. He's done a great job as owner of Tranmere, but I think he needs to go now. Let's be real. The owner at Tranmere, because I think he's done stale now. The way he's been running the club, it's done a bit stale. So I think Tranmere now need new investment in the football club to push them up as well. In 18 players, I went for Howard. Got that spot on. Simon Weaver for me keeps overachieving at Howard. I think Howard keep overachieving every season. Because every season, a lot of people do expect him to go down. But Simon Weaver, an absolute quality course, man. What a job he's done at Howard, man. What a job he's done. One of the most underrated courses in the EFL for me, and in Year 2. But the job he's done at Howard, because no disrespect to Howard and the size of their football club, they should be in National Year Football Club, let's be real. They've been punching above their weight in Year 2. Next season, they will be probably looking over the shoulders now. To maybe next season, probably the season where they could get found out, potentially. I won't be shocked if anyone snatches Simon Weaver either from Howard as well. I think once they use Simon Weaver at Howard, I think Howard are done, in my opinion, once they use him. O'Connor is available on a free transfer as well. You got Mike Folds, could be available on a free transfer as well. I think they may have been offered contract extensions. I haven't seen Howard returned yet. And I think Jamie Walker could be down to Howard. That'll be a good signing, to be fair. Jamie Walker would make sense as it is still in the Dorset area, isn't it? And Jamie Walker could drop down to the National Youth for Carlisle. He has been linked with a move to Carlisle. Mark Hughes has worked with him, with Jamie Walker, Crystal as well. By the way, I'm shocked how Walker and Crystal have not been offered contract extensions at Bradford. I'm shocked by that, to be honest with you. I am shocked by that. Because they've been key players for Bradford, to be honest with you. But yeah, they can definitely replace them, Bradford, to be fair. They can definitely replace them. So that's my thoughts on Howard. 19 players, Bromley punched above the weight this season, didn't they? Need to. I did put them to stay up though. I did think they would stay up because it's always happened that whoever gets promoted out of the National Year, they never get relegated the next season. Never. So I always thought Bromley would stay up, but I did not expect them to finish 11th place. That is way punching above the weight. I thought they would be like 19th. I didn't think they would be in a relegation battle. I thought they would do the job in the first half of the season. Yeah, get the job done first half of the season, then we'll drop off second half of the season under Andy Woodman. But what a job he's done at Bromley as well, Andy Woodman as well. What a job he's done. And then there is that worry about second season syndrome for Bromley next season. So then they could really be down there next season, to be honest with you. But Andy Woodman's done thoughts, and he'll always try his best to punch above his weight and probably punch above their weight as well. In 20th place, went for Swindon. They did have who was it? Mark Kennedy in charge that season. That's the reason why. Also, the ownership issues as well. The way the club was being run. But then Ian Holloway came in. What phase was Ian Holloway in? What phase is he in? This shows it doesn't take time, does it? This shows don't take time. Ian Holloway comes in at Swindon and pushes them off the table, away from anywhere there's in trouble, into the top half of the table. And if Swindon didn't get the right investment in, they could be one of the teams to watch this season under Ian Holloway. This is the thing, League 2 is always so open every season. Yeah, let's be real. Harry Smith, quality striker as well for Swindon. And another kick in the shins for Carlisle United as Dan Butterworth stays up with Swindon while Carlisle go down. Yeah, funny that, isn't it? And yeah, Ian Holloway, that's the best out of Dan Butterworth. Oh, who knew? Who knew? So in 21st place, win for Atherton. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. That's why I got it spot on. I thought they would just about stay up. I thought they would just about stay up, in my opinion. They would play with freedom this season, which is what they've done this season, do play with freedom. But next season, they'll get caught out, in my opinion. They'll get caught out next season. And I think they are one of the favourites for me to draw down. In my opinion, next season, Appleton. I think they will use a few players, Appleton, as well. They'll get snapped away from them as well. And yeah, I think it could be peak for Appleton next season. They could be one of the teams who will be up on the shoulders and probably one of the favourites to draw down next season. Because they weren't aware there's some battle for the final 3 games of the season. But obviously the draw against Carlo did it for them, let's be real. Confirmed their safety. Especially after beating Salford as well. Which was the pure for Carlo, let's be real. So but yeah, Appleton 21st. 22nd place, I thought Newport spot on. Just more of a team of two. They're more of a team of two halves in the season, Newport. First half of the season, I thought they would get to that safety mark. Then I think second half of the season they'll drop off. They've been like that every season, Newport. For me, yeah. Nelson Jardim was never the right manager for me. Too risky of a choice. It's because Hugh Jenkins had a relation with him at Swansea when he was part of Swansea's course and stuff. It's just ridiculous when you make appointments just based on that. He had no experience in the EFL, Nelson Jardim, and why he got sacked. And I'm worried for Newport. I'm worried for Newport next season because they've got David Hughes in charge now, who I think he was the Manchester United Academy course or something like that. It's different. It is different being an academy course compared to an EFL course, let's be real. It's so different, the football, from academy to Year 2. Year 2 is a physical need as well. It's a physical need as well. I'm just worried about David Hughes' inexperience for me. And I think Newport, I think they're in trouble as well. I think they're in big trouble. The problem is, though, Hugh Jenkins, they shouldn't be in trouble because they will have that investment at Newport. But I don't think the investment will matter because David Hughes, I think that's a poor appointment. Honestly, I think it's a poor appointment. Too inexperienced. They had choices there, Newport. Like a John Brady, for example. He would have been perfect for Newport. Like he was available. And they don't on the point and the inexperienced mindset. This is where football is heading. This is where football is heading these days. And you get these EFL experts or these pretend EFL expert wannabes on their social media sucking off David Hughes saying, "Oh, you have to start with Pierre and the Tommy course and all that." They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Obviously, shout out to Mike Green. He's not. I don't think he's that impressed either by the appointment. But yeah, he has standards for the club. I have standards for Carlo as well. I'm sorry, but I think Newport definitely one of the teams in big trouble next season. Massive trouble next season. I'm not saying they're door down yet, but I think they'll win away there some battle. And we do next season. Then the home advantage is key for me. Very tough PS door to at home, Newport. But with David Hughes in charge, I'm not sure it would be, to be honest with you. And now on to the bottom two I went for. I went for Barrow in 23rd place. I did go for Barrow's that were there today and Duffins in 16th. I put that down to having Stephen Cameron's in charge and obviously the loss of Pete Wild. I thought the loss of Pete Wild would hit Barrow badly. Because I felt when Barrow were punching above the weight in Year 2, I think it was down to Pete Wild in my opinion. How good of a course that he is. And but fair play to finish 16th. Andy Wynn came in from Home Mods. Oh, who knew? A Manchester impact for Barrow kept them up. Who knew? But then, I think Barrow, I think they'll be in a way decent battle next season. I'm just not sure on Andy Wynn, to be honest with you, in terms of his year 2 experience. Yeah, he's done his job. He's kept Barrow up, kept them away from where there's some trouble. But next season, he'll probably get found out more when he gets his own players in as well. I think he could be. I think Barrow will be in a way decent battle next season, I really do. Oh, if Barrow still had people out, I actually think Barrow would easily been League One by now if they still would have kept people out. But obviously people decided to leave for a better opportunity. And yeah, I think Barrow, they have been punching above the weight for since 2021 season when they were promoted to League 2. I think they're done that found out some point Barrow, and I think they'll offensively go down in the end in one season in League 2. Especially with the teams that don't come off from the National League in these upcoming seasons as well. So yeah, I think Barrow will get relegated. I put Barrow at where they stand up into 16th. I'm just not convinced by Andy Wynn for next season, if he's the right man for next season for me. But the thing with Barrow is, they'll just replace him if he doesn't start well, and then get another manager in and end up staying up again. And finally, bottom place, 24th place, I went for Morecambe. Got that spot on. I think everyone got that spot on, to be honest with you. It's just the way the club's been won. It's absolutely abysmal with the way the club has been won. Another club, another historic EFL club as well, falling out the EFL into the National League along with us as well. They need better ownership. With that, the ownership they got at the moment is killing the football club, in my opinion. David Adams did the best he could with Morecambe this season. Did the best he could. David Adams is the right man for me. They should keep him, in my opinion. Similar to us, how we should keep Mark Hughes as well. Well, we have Ted Mark Hughes now. They both tried their best with the way the clubs have been won. And Morecambe, they don't use players. It's normal. And all of a sudden, they don't probably have to sign, 20 plus players again. Like they did this season, or 10 plus players like they did this season. Because it's going to happen. By the way, we're going to do that as well. Morecambe next season in the National League, I don't think they'll be up there personally. Just because they don't have the budget, don't have the investment. David Adams would need to try and stabilise Morecambe in the National League next season. It's different to us because we don't actually have the budget. We don't have aims that don't straight back up. I think Morecambe fans are realistic. They don't think they're going to be anywhere near the top 7 in the National League. It's more about stabilising and don't suffer back-to-back relegations as well. Because that will be a real shame. But that'll be down to the ownership as well. So, but to be fair, I think some Morecambe players will still stay, though. Because they just enjoy playing for the football club as well. So, but yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that. But that is my Year 2 season review anyways. We happen to my season predictions. Feel free to leave your thoughts on the Year 2 season down below in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.